As drought keeps getting worse statewide, the federal government has started to take notice. This week, U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack met with about 60 farmers and agricultural leaders at a farm outside of Prairie City, Iowa, to talk about the drought's impact. CRI Ag reporter Jon Hoffmann has more about his visit.
This map basically designates all of the counties in the United States that have been currently placed on the drought monitor as having abnormally dry to extremely dry conditions. As you can see, it's virtually the entire United States.
Here in Mahaska County, it's more than just dry. The U.S. Drought Monitor puts Mahaska County in a severe drought. The conditions are doing a number on the crops, but it could be worse.
One thing to remember today, our technology of the crops that we have, we're going to have a crop this year. It may not be what we wanted, but it's if this was 1936, we would have zero crop. I mean, it would be all over, and then there would be serious problems, to follow for that.
The drought of 1936 is one of the worst on record. This year, Jackson is guessing his corn yields will be cut in half compared to last year, and he's hoping for average soybean yields.
Cash flow is greatly reduced when you do not have crop to sell. So that farmers do a good job of spreading the economic activity around the community, and when they don't have it, everybody gets to feel it.
A drought like this will obviously impact communities and businesses. That's why it's important for us to have disaster programs to provide the resources and amounts to allow folks to stay in business, to allow them to continue to shop at their local stores.
Mahaska County has not been designated a disaster county by the USDA, and even if it was, there'd be little aid available, according to Secretary Vilsack. That's because the 2008 Farm Bill disaster programs expired last year. Now Vilsack is calling on Congress to put policy in place to help those in need.
The Senate passed its bill. The House Agricultural Committee did its work in a bipartisan way and got through its version of a food, farm, and jobs bill. It is now awaiting floor action.
95% of Mahaska County farmers have some form of crop insurance that will help cover losses.
They have that ability to recoup most of their costs from this past year. It puts you not in a profit position, but at least it puts you in a position to go ahead and continue to farm next year.
We're not really going to know precisely what the impact of this is on crop production until actually the beans are counted and the kernels are counted.
For CRI Weekly News, I'm Jon Hoffmann.
Vilsack mentioned the Farm Bill and the drought relief it offers. Right now, the House is discussing voting on a one-year extension on the bill instead of renewing it for another 5 years. But the current Farm Bill expires on September 30th, and some disaster relief programs expired last September. The Senate has already passed its version of the bill, and if the House passed on an extension instead of renewing the bill, some disaster relief measures like an overhaul of crop insurance programs won't go into effect. 40% of Iowa's corn crop is in poor or very poor condition. Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Bill Northey says soybeans are also suffering. 30% of that crop is in poor condition. If you'd like to watch Vilsack's full speech from Tuesday, visit our website, critv.org.